don't know what the button is bound to.
Alright,
but
everyone.
I'm now using to push to talk.
Welcome to this week's training, and we're going to be doing leadership training this week. And I'm in Juna's team
I
again.
think I'm not in Bravo.
Oh, Blue. You not running RHS?
I like this. Take cover, stay
Oh, that's
alive,
fine.
everything else.
This is a leadership exercise, and we're looking at this from a purely infantry perspective. We're doing exercise hills to just get some practical experience with that. The reason for that is that none of us really believe that we can teach leadership in a stricter sense. All we can really do is give you tools, and then you practice, and then you fail, and then you hopefully get better. And that's how all of the NCOs in this group have done it before. So it's a tried and true method. We're all still failing, so I don't know if it's really all that successful, but it's all we have. So
This is positive
we're
pep
not
talk.
expecting you to get this right from the start, obviously, but there's a couple of things that we want to see today, and I've put these on the right of this exercise map. It's the most northern one. It's this one. So the purpose of having fighting leaders and squad leaders is to give people an order or a structure, and we accomplish that by using formations and maneuvers. So first question here would be, do any of the NCOs for this exercise know all their squad formations and maneuvers, or is there any questions on them?
Hello, the blob.
No questions on any formations and maneuvers. Okay, good. So tactics in infantry terms for us means fire and maneuver, and if you sort of translate that into a principle that we use when we do combat, is we have a proactive approach to combat. We don't want to sit there and just shoot stuff, because that accomplishes nothing. When we play missions, we want to accomplish objectives. We don't want to sit there and have a turkey shoot. So you need to be proactive about your leadership. Another thing that you can do to get your point across to people is give them your intent. And what that means is you're going to have an idea about what you want happening in the scenario that you're in. And I call that sort of idealism, in the sense of having an idea about things, explaining your intent. So again, 3 points. We're trying to give this thing a bit of an order, a bit of structure. We're approaching combat proactively, and we have an idea about what we want to happen. Any questions about that so far?
No.
No questions on that. Okay, so on the lower level, on the individual level, I'd like us to think about how we react to contact and get our priorities straight on that. So the first thing we need to do is take cover and stay alive, and only then do we do everything else, and that includes returning fire. The risk of returning fire straight away is somebody runs into your line of fire. If you're a big blobby squad that comes under fire, there's going to be a lot of chaos, a lot of running about. And the reason for that is because people have their priorities straight, and they want to stay alive, and they run for cover. So only once that's done, we start returning fire, we start making plans, we start acting proactively, employing fire and maneuver, and that's obviously up to our leaders. Us individually, we're going to take cover, stay alive, and then do everything else. Any questions on that? Okay, so as you can see, I've put 4 markers into this map field. That's a start marker and 3 waypoints. All I really want from TechMaster today is to take us to all 3 waypoints. Information on your AO is relatively sparse. There is a total of 5 weapons caches in the area. If you can find them, destroy them. And there is roughly a platoon's worth of enemy forces, insurgents in the area, and we don't know exactly where. Any questions on that?
No. Do I have to take them in order?
Yes, please.
Copy that. So waypoint 1, waypoint 2, and waypoint 3 in that order.
Yeah.
Copy.
Any ideas about that far, or do you want us to do the herringbone first?
I'm thinking about how to do it right now. Give me a minute.
Right, we'll pop in, which gives you a minute.
Yeah, do it.
User left your channel.
Cool. So I went through the last week's training with Juna during the week, and that was successful. And we had a chat about how you could do things slightly differently, and what was good, what was needing work. So it's very useful.
We do in Tech Master the same courtesy we do every squad leader to form a herringbone for him.
It's good, Juna, because last week it was urban, and now it's out in rural.
Yep.
Chroma?
Hello?
Oh, you can hear me then.
I can hear you.
Sound off. 1,
2.
3, 4 here. 5, 6. Skip 7, 8. Last man.
Fantastic.
Numbers.
I guess who's AFK?
Mm-hmm.
No clue, man. Who is it?
Got a guess.
No, it's not Luke.
Oh,
Can't be Luke.
he's dead.
Are we gonna use the long range radio?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Doesn't hurt setting it up though. Sort of a standard team leader thing is to set up your additional channel.
Yeah.
Do you need any help on that?
Yes. I don't remember the keys. It was the normal send key and something else.
So when you're a fire team leader, you are equipped with 2 short-range radios, and you need to switch between them. Do you have a key set up for it? Do you know what that is?
No, I don't actually.
Okay, if
For
you
a
then
second.
press escape and follow me to configure and controls, please.
Yes.
Click the bottom right, configure add-ons.
Yes.
Drop it down at the top and scroll all the way to the bottom where it says TFAR.
Yep.
In there, give me a second. I think just below middle, you'll find an option that's called Cycle SW Radios.
Yep.
Set that to something easily accessible. And then make sure to press OK and not cancel.
Mine's bound on home, just for reference.
Weird.
Prophet, you okay with this? You with us here?
Sorry, Pilgrim, what was that?
He's in shock, guys.
Having home as your button.
Second radio.
What's yours?
So,
Um,
when you now press this button, you can cycle between your 2 radios, and you're going to see a little tip in the bottom right corner of your screen when you press that button, yeah?
Yep.
Right, you
Shift R.
select the the PRC 152,
Yes.
and then you press 5 on your numpad,
User joined your channel.
which again gives you a little tip in the bottom right that it's now set to channel 5, frequency 50.1. You seeing that?
Yep.
Second,
Right.
we'll let to go get box.
One is in frequency 10 and the other
think
is
you
in
need it,
frequency
really.
1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
False, is your radio
now
working?
for both of these,
We don't,
you're going to hold
we
down
don't
the
have the
controls
brain cells for it.
and then
No,
press
it's not.
one of your arrow keys, left or right. So you're going to set these to
I'm too
either
lazy
ear.
to do
Yeah,
that.
it is.
Say
is now.
say your channel 10 to your left ear, your channel 5 to the right ear, or the other way around.
Yep.
Now this way.
You can tell
Which net?
I'm speaking on.
Yes. 14.5. How do you use the long range radio?
It doesn't matter. We're going to do
Oh,
that
look, it's
another
my
way
favourite gun.
day. Do you have
Mark
a
18.
416.
Mark
Do you have a plan
18.
for us?
Oh, Mark 18.
Yeah.
Are
Okay.
you sure it's inside channel? If you put anything? Oh yeah, it is. Okay.
Nice and relaxing
It's
for me
inside
today.
channel. We are going straight
Just
to
good
Yeah,
because I'm
but it's
hungover.
looking great on Insurgency.
We walk
Guys,
out.
listen up.
We are going to walk out in a double column, following the road. Alpha on the left, Bravo on the right.
At the place where my routes deviates from each other, Alpha is going to go up, straight up for waypoint 1, and Bravo is going to follow the road a bit further and go follow the road up. It doesn't seem to have too much cover. I hope it's some stones and some good grounds there. So let's move out.
Okay, that's our MHQ. We're going to use that to travel there.
Okay.
Can I have a smoothie?
We're traveling.
We're traveling with MHQ to MHQ.
Jesus, feels like something a Jawa would reclaim.
Mandalorian.
Right.
Yes.
Are Alpha all in?
Alpha all in.
Use the radio to tell us in.
Very concerned at that turret.
We're here.
We're here.
Nice one.
Everyone step back.
The vehicle.
That's a civilian. It's a Volkswagen. Holy shit.
I think he was drunk.
It's a yellow
Mate,
ambulance
that's Volkswagen
driver.
drivers for you, mate.
Just pitched a tent in the middle of the road.
Tell you though.
Fucking dirty bugger.
Really good engineering on that.
Did you?
Okay, 1-1. Get ready to move out. South on road.
South.
Alpha on the left, Bravo on the right.
Alpha
That's
on the
south.
left.
Copy.
Double column.
We're doing a squad double column, yeah?
This left, Juno.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's
My workman over there.
where's Deckmaster?
You're running away.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Alright, on you. How are we jogging? Weapons down.
Yeah, weapons down for now.
Team leaders usually need to be on yelling.
Just pausing for dispersion.
Yelling, testing, working.
Yep.
Fine.
Alpha on the left side. I want some more dispersion on you.
Copy.
Passing.
Sorry,
Okay.
Bravo. That was Bravo. That I want dispersion on.
Got EMT working
Civilian,
running.
Version up.
southwest.
I think Prophet had issues.
User joined your channel.
Yeah.
Okay, you are not.
Okay.
Hold.
Yeah, sorry.
So let's get our sectors up.
Back, sorry. My button for push to talk was already in use.
Yeah,
All
keep
these
eyes on
stupid
southwest
stuff.
someone. I think that was a civilian, but
Yeah.
Okay, you are in formation
got
now.
the
You can start moving
East,
out.
direct east.
moving.
Moving.
Guns down.
Let's go. Jogging.
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 And I think we're gonna be moving off the road soon.
Copy. Have you got your C-tab up, Gina?
Yeah.
Cool, cool.
How do I zoom it again?
Break. Alpha. Hot mic on channel 1. Alpha. Hot mic on channel 1.
I don't hear that.
It's Control, Shift, and page up, page down.
Right, got it. Yep. Let's move.
And H usually...
Off-road.
Copy. H usually makes it big.
Yeah.
But
Big one.
pausing, just get dispersion.
Alpha Actual. Juna, you still have a hot mic on channel 1.
Let's continue. We go on the
I
road.
don't want it on
Holding.
5, I think.
Do I?
Just
Not anymore. That fixed it. Thank you.
We continue on the road until it crosses up there, top of this small hilly.
User left
Yeah,
your
later,
channel. Joined your
fuckers.
channel.
So now we're in the open.
Let's do a wedge now.
Copy. Moving out to wedge.
Inner wedge.
Yeah, guns up. Tactical.
Tactical.
One tacky.
How do I call or what do I call the team or the squad leader? Is he the actual?
Actual. Yeah, 1-1 actual.
1-1 actual. Are we moving directly up the hill?
Alpha can wait there to let Bravo catch up a little bit on the road.
Holding.
Copy. Alpha holding. Waiting for Bravo.
Bravo, you slow fuckers.
It's worth noting that going tactical is the most tiring.
Oh yeah.
So going jogging weapons down is really less tiring than jogging weapons up.
Yep.
So that, yeah.
But I really want to be
Actual,
ready.
please
that's
keep
fine.
tight cohesion with your teams. If you get shot now, nobody's gonna know.
Yeah.
Shots.
Southwest. On the ridge line, west.
1-1. Contact west behind.
Eyes on. Nice.
Hold on, I gotta get some eyes,
Yeah, behind the rocks.
I'm
They've
getting
got
some eyes,
only
guys, hold on.
2 guys alive behind the rock. First
Yeah,
rock.
yeah.
Copy.
Yeah, let's keep going. Go on, Yui. Come on. Lost the smoke, the fucker. Jesus Christ, guys.
Magazine.
Okay, he's unconscious.
he's-
Do
There
any
you
of
go.
you
Down.
feel
Shit,
like
shit.
you're in very good cover at the moment?
Nope.
Team 2, I want
Oh,
you to
but-
push out
well.
a bit further south. Take an eye on the southern side.
Everyone
We
good?
have the machine gun in the
We're all
Good.
good.
Connor can go to the left.
Freeze the exercise and regroup on actual.
Regrouping. Okay, never mind.
Question, where is Actua?
He's here.
Oh, he's
Your
there.
team leader knows. Okay, yeah, bravo. The same to you guys. Did any of you feel like you were in very good cover at that moment?
Medical
Um,
push.
Did any of you feel like you were employing fire and maneuver to proactively deal with this contact?
Nope.
What could we have done? Anyone?
Oh, we could have bounded
Maybe.
up to the
Maybe
hill.
move back down the hill. I don't
Yeah,
see much
good
cover,
idea.
but some.
We could
At least.
have bounded to contact. Low ground is always better than high ground. Almost always. And the worst situation is when you're on an incline like this one here, because it doesn't really matter which way you go, you're not going to get cover. So down there all the way in that low ground next to the road is the first point where you have some sort of cover from the contact up on the hill. Right, so proactive approach. Use bounding or peeling to encounter a contact. Going stationary is only something you do if you have the advantage already. In this situation, we had a severe disadvantage. And that's when both team leaders and our squad leader need to snap to. Proactive approach about contact. Alright, that makes sense? Any questions? Now, on a higher level, on a squad leader's level, did anything contribute to the disadvantageous position that we find ourselves in?
What do you mean?
Check the map. Notice anything with this planning? Anything?
Moving uphill.
Not really.
It's extremely detailed. It could be simpler, right? What's this? What's this mean in verbal
Micromanagement.
terms?
Micro.
Bravo pushes further to the south than Alpha.
We call that a squad line, or a traveling overwatch, or something like that. It doesn't need to be on the map. It doesn't need to be as specific. It doesn't need to have team leaders follow a line on their C-tab. But that's not what contributed to the difficulty of this situation. what contributed to the difficulty of this situation was both teams coming up on high ground in a formation that assumed a contact at waypoint 1. Isn't that right, Techmaster? You assumed there was going to be contact at waypoint 1. There's not. Never assume anything, right? This is a lesson that you're still not going to have learned after 3 years of squad leading. But it's a good point to, in every situation, think about, what did I assume going into this? And why did I assume it? Did I have any reason to assume it? That's just a bit of food for thought. We're going to continue as it was to the next waypoints. Your show, Techmas. Yeah.
Great plan. I like that.
Oh, he's not. He's on Whisper.
Is Tech on Whisper?
I think so.
Yeah, I don't hear him.
Yeah,
He's not
sorry
talking.
for that.
Is he?
And I wasn't talking either.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'd like us to go northeast and approach waypoint 2 from northwest using the rock formation.
Copy.
Right.
Yeah.
Are we moving?
These guys are going to need an order of march. They're going to need some structure. So they're going to need
Yeah,
a squad formation. Okay, sorry.
Ice and blue.
I want the travel information to northeast from here. Forgot the name for it.
Traveling is good.
Yeah, traveling. Alpha on point, Bravo on the right side.
Copy. Right side.
Ah, that's traveling Overwatch. There's a slight difference.
Yeah.
Traveling.
Yeah, traveling.
Yeah, traveling's
Yeah.
one behind each other. Traveling Overwatch is on either flank.
Yeah, that's right. I want traveling Overwatch for now.
Right, Juno, if you start off, we'll follow in.
Alright, yep, wedge. Northeast, guns
We're
down.
going wedge in the right side.
Guns down.
Also
Guns
checking.
down. Let's
User
keep
left
a
your
bit
channel. User joined your
of
channel.
distance.
Also keep your distance.
Yeah, we'll
Copy.
I think you people have corona.
let's go a bit further down.
I don't know what.
Juno, can I push a bit left? We are on the hill.
Copy. Pushing left.
Or moving left,
Copy.
north.
Yeah.
Now northeast.
To say, I was terrified when I first squad led.
Make sure not to get too much exposure. here.
Absolutely terrified.
At least this time we got some good cover.
Yarp.
Got that northeast, guys.
Yeah, let's go a bit more right so we can extend a bit further away from them. Have Corona.
I'm just stopping random things and having a look at these ridge lines.
Shifting a bit east.
Copy. And Juno.
Alpha and Bravo, go on the left side of this hill we have in front of us and use the deflate to move up to waypoint 2. Copy.
Juno, when you're the lead team, feel free to use the radio to let the other team know that you're shifting direction. So you can say 1-1,
Turning a bit
Alpha
left.
shifting left, you know, or northeast, whatever.
Yeah.
Because then they can anticipate as well.
Attack, we're falling a bit behind.
Ridgeline, boys.
Otherwise we
Say again,
get
please.
too far up on the hill.
Bravo can fall in behind Alpha and do traveling.
Right there, guys.
Shifting bit left, guys.
A wee
Behind
bit
them.
dodgy.
Operation Human Shield is on.
A wee bit dodgy, boys. That left,
It's
that's
nice travelling,
right side
isn't
there.
it? Being in the back.
Guns up just in case.
Alright.
Right, let the other team know.
We're doing guns up jogging.
Guns up, jogging,
Yep.
guys.
Actual, mind your own positioning among the teams. Try to stay in the center between your two teams.
Run some open ground here, doing it.
Copy that. Alpha is walking.
Hold.
Walking.
Walk in.
That time we get a bit ahead. Keep an eye northwest
On that single.
and north.
Copy.
Hey, let's move.
Right, chugging to the rocks.
Jogging. Let the other team know.
Alpha can go on the left side of the rocks, and Bravo can go on the right side. Copy, going left.
Tactical, just in case.
Copy.
Alright, let the other team know.
Alpha's going to
Missed your comms there, mate.
Alpha's moving left, tactical, cresting.
Good shit.
Walking.
Basically, everything you say to us, you can say on the radio.
Got to take a minute.
If you're in the lead.
Right, holding.
Holding.
Come at me. Go up here. Guns up. Let's go.
That's called that we're holding.
Alpha's holding, taking a breath.
Okay, let's get it here.
Yes,
Cover in position.
Engineer, is that right? You take that rock
southwestern
already, mate?
and
Here's man. Just want to get that dispersion up.
Cover in position.
We got a
Are you ready?
Remember to have sectors all around us. We are not in safe ground right now.
Blue engineer, you ready?
Hold on,
Ready.
boys. Hold on. We got something here.
Oh, yeah.
Turn it left and right of that tree.
Yeah, but what do we have?
Hold on. Just give us a second. We're having a look.
Copy.
Hold on, I've got up that end of this. This tree. Burn it.
Going civilian.
What the fuck? Oh. Alrighty. Disappointing.
Connected. Channel switched.
Ready?
Okay.
Ready.
Hold on, yeah.
Engineer.
Squad line.
Alright.
Let's go. Move.
We're just waiting on you, mate.
Going up.
Alpha's moving.
Guns up.
We will
walking.
follow you.
Yeah, guns up, walking.
Just try and get that.
Shift
Get some dispersion between the teams.
Shifting left.
A bit to the
Yeah.
left here, guys.
Yeah, team 2. Go
Don't have
left.
a lot of space.
Yeah, we're going. I know there's not a lot of space here, but well, we've got to do what we've got. Just watch that left. There's a civvy to your quarter rear on the left there, engineer. Running out in that field there.
Okay,
Okay.
Alpha is checking the chapel. Bravo, keep pushing to south by southeast. Check out the area.
Shift.
Alpha, keep eyes
To go
on
to those
northeast.
rocks.
I'm gonna
Go
help
up
them
front,
take
Copy.
that
forward,
church.
and
Team
take
2's
position.
hold.
Clear.
Um,
Pushing in.
Right, it's clear.
Gotta grab that. These rocks here.
You're on high ground.
All good.
You need to take lower stances.
The church is clear.
Good, yeah.
Good stuff.
Got contact south-southwest far.
No,
Copy that.
Yeah, we got a guy moving on the road.
That looks like fire team strength.
Never mind, civilian.
Wait. Where should one go?
Reinsert, move to waypoint 2. I say again, reinsert, move to waypoint 2. MHQ, teleport. Got you.
Bravo, where did you see the contact?
Southwest.
The south cresting on top of the hill.
Copy, no eyes on just a couple civilians running around.
Right, Juno, if I just get a second pair of eyes here, aye?
Yep.
South-southwest, multiple contact.
I've got Civvy in the middle of the thing there. Yeah?
Okay, Alpha, do you see anything to
Saying
east?
south-southwest, so that's way over that ridge over there.
East, northeast.
Yeah, let's just keep this...
Alpha,
Yeah, let's
Juno,
keep this side under
you got a
control
call
here.
there.
Alpha to Axel, message.
Send it.
Do you see anything to northeast?
Not at the moment. Our team 2 might have seen something earlier.
We've got nothing.
Earlier.
Copy that. Alpha, I want you on the west side of the hill. We have some buildings we can check through.
Can you resend it? Cut off.
Copy that. I want you on the west side of the hill, checking out some buildings, searching for ammo crate.
Copy, west side.
Alright, on you. Going, guys.
Team 2.
Yeah, 2 seconds.
Yeah, guns down for now.
Alright.
Yeah, yeah, he is, Neko.
Holding. A second.
You want that
Holding.
wedge or what?
Yeah, wedge, guns down.
Wedge in it.
It's leadership training today, and he's been made a corporal, so that's his first squad lead.
You just got to civvy up to your quarter
And Juna's team leading,
Yep.
and false. It's good, all new. And I'm very hungover, so I'm very pleased. Just hang out.
Let's hold for a second.
Be regrouping with
Holding.
call them.
Put down a city
Insert.
marker on enemy contact southeast.
We want to
Full
pop
squad size.
smoke.
Sorry.
We want to pop smokes and parking lots.
Copy that.
You can do that.
If you throw it right up in the air.
Right up in the air, aye.
Yeah.
There she goes.
Parker on yellow.
Yeah, eyes on. Don't kill me.
Bang bang. Sorry, that went right in the
Okay,
face.
Bravo. Get ready to
Let's
engage
the way.
those contacts you see
There
to
we go.
south.
What about that, Juno?
Yeah, I'm trying to make a marker somehow.
Bravo, do not engage yet.
So you just double click on your C tab.
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
gonna make a
Alpha,
enemy
how is
marker.
go?
Alpha
make
is
a
holding
CCP.
for our reinsert to come here.
Copy that. You need to move out to the southwest. You have a rock formation on a little hill.
Copy. Do you want us to clear those buildings? I left a marker. Do you mean those buildings? Let's go.
Where is that boy?
I dash see him. Where the fuck is he?
On you. Where is he?
Parker, what's your location?
I'm northwest of you, pretty much at the bottom of the hill, making my way up. The squad is moving away from us. Distance is 500 meters. They are cresting the hill and moving away.
Copy that. Thank you, bro.
We want to. That's fine. Do we want to go walking so Parker can keep up?
Alright, walking.
Walking.
You don't have to, but just, just
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out why my controls weren't working.
fair enough.
Okay, bro. Let's get ready to move out. You have some.
Yeah, let's move to that.
Move across the road.
white
You have
building.
some
Head
walls.
for a minute,
Oh, yeah.
get that
You
dispersion
can.
up. There he is.
Yeah, let's
Run, fat
jog
boy.
now.
Repeat that.
Jogging.
Jog to that building.
Direction southwest.
Team 1, check it.
Copy.
Southwest down the road.
Yes, move across the road and hold by the stone wall.
A bit far there, Pills.
Huh?
I says you're a bit far there.
He asked me to check it.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you.
All clear.
Alright, let's go to the next building.
Heavy cresting.
Yeah. Wedgie.
Wedgie.
Tactical.
Wedgie.
We got the enemy.
Alpha,
Tactical.
if you move straight south, you are going to get the rocks I want you to go
Do
to.
push forward across the road to the stomach.
Sorry, yeah, check this building, team 1,
Eyes on.
team 2. Keep covering us,
Copy.
and I'm gonna check what we're supposed to be doing.
Southeast. Yeah, I'm gonna dive down here.
Clear this side.
Copy.
Oh,
Yeah, we got a cache in here.
That's it.
We got an ammo crate. Actual.
Alright, yeah.
North.
Take cover.
Let actual know.
Report Alpha.
Alpha has a crate, and we're taking contact from the northwest. We are in the second small building.
I'm on the left side of the building.
Copy that. Can you take care of it, or do you want Bravo to?
Hold on, I'm gonna go try on the other side. What are you doing?
Explosive set.
We check up on Parks. How's he doing?
Parker.
He's right here to the right.
Good, just checking on you, mate.
Contact. North.
Parker, high low.
Wait.
Contact down.
Never mind.
Right, hold on.
Fucking hell.
That's a bit close, mate.
That was way short.
Naughty.
Fine enough.
Parker, you good?
Okay. Do we want to
Yeah, Civvy
move
moving
up
left.
and investigate, or?
Okay.
Contacts are down from what I see.
Rifleman. Oh yeah, you did it already.
Watching the southwest.
Team 2 could easily go up while Team 1 secures this.
Let him have a think, Blue.
Actual to Alpha. Message. Anyone alive?
Juno, that's you, Alpha.
Alpha, anyone in Alpha?
Yes, we're all up. Send it.
How is it going? Do you have any tears? Wounded?
Anyone hurt?
No, we're all good.
Nope. We're all good, and I think we took care of the contacts to the northwest, but I'd like to go and investigate before we take the rocks, so we don't get shot in the back.
Copy that. Do it.
Alright, let's move.
Bravo.
Tactical.
Yeah, Alpha. Bravo
got that
12,
charge
we
down,
are
okay.
above you on the rocks. Taking overside.
That's left.
Stay down.
Pulling back.
Fuck.
User left your channel. User joined your channel.
It's a bit naughty. Vicious, wasn't it, next? Jesus. Didn't even see it. There you go. Yep.
Bravo 12, we're moving to the right side of you, the other side of the rope cross there.
User left your
It
channel.
was
Joined your
deadly.
channel.
Alpha's moving northwest to investigate those contacts now.
Friendly coming in northwest.
Yeah, watch it, Pilgrim. That's the side.
Yeah, copy.
Let's call this contact resolved and regroup on Alpha location.
It was resolved for me, alright. Fucking hell. I ain't dying, even in training. It's like the worst thing ever. I'm gonna miss all the intriguing banter now. Filth telling everyone off. Oh, black coffee sucks. Yuck. Well, black cheap coffee sucks. Let's put it that way. Right, just in time for the bollocking.
I ordered Alpha to start checking some buildings that were nearby.
Exactly.
And started. Bravo had some contacts far away that I didn't want to engage because of this distance. When they went away, I wanted Bravo to start going for waypoint 3 and also Alpha. Yeah, that was. I felt I was finished at waypoint 2.
Okay, so the problem I want to point out is the disconnect between the teams. Teams should always operate together. There is only one job a squad of 2 teams can do at a time. So either a squad is holding an observation post on a hill, or a squad is searching buildings 300 meters away in low ground. First I thought you were going for sort of an Overwatch assault split up between the teams, but the dispersion was just too great to accomplish that. So I sort of made you pay for that, and I spawned a team in close proximity to Alpha just to create, get the message home that teams need to be together. So once again, we didn't really accomplish what we set out to do. We didn't have a structure, a firm structure in the squad. The squad was split up, and because of that, we couldn't engage in fighting proactively. We're completely reacting to what the enemy was doing, with Alpha being in a shitty position near this building, and the other team doing something else entirely. So, problem with that. But I don't want to nag all the time. There's some things that I see that are very interesting. Because the elephant in the room with all of this has not been addressed yet. There is a massive enemy force somewhere around waypoint 3. And besides the contact report, you have not at all included that into your decision-making process. And I want to tell you that I like that a lot, because it shows me that first, you're not intimidated by it, and second, you're not over-eager to just go ahead and kill shit. You're objective-minded, and I like that a lot. The only problem is, still, the basics are a bit lacking.
Good point.
And the recommendation I want to make on that is to just make things a lot more simpler. Use these squad formations and maneuvers, and you don't need to explain directions, you don't need to explain specific points in the terrain. Your team leaders are going to figure that out for you. So a lot of the workload that you're currently using, for instance, a couple of minutes ago you said something like, Bravo, go north-northeast, then go north-northwest and support Alpha, when you could have just said, Bravo bound to contact right side of Alpha. They're going to figure it out.
That's true.
They're going to find their own way. These are grown-up people, they've been playing the game for ages. They can do this. So, teamwork needs trust, and you need to have that trust relationship with the team leaders. So, what I'm going to do now is sort of act as your platoon leader, and I'm going to scrap waypoint 3 and give you a new mission. I would like you to search and destroy the enemy force to our break south. All yours.
Okay, copy.
User left your channel. User joined your channel.
We've got a beeper in here.
No, it's alright, it's mine. I've laid it.
Some sectors.
Yep.
So, Gina, one thing, if when you're team leading, you've got to have an extra ear out for your team. So like Alpha or Bravo, really concentrate on trying to focus in on what the actual's saying, so that you know when he calls Alpha, that's you. Just a small thing.
I did. For some reason, many of my radio calls were empty. I don't know why.
I don't know why. Yeah.
Do any of the Bravo guys have any points for false?
I had to repeat myself many times, so I don't know what's the problem with that.
Okay, Alpha and Bravo, are you ready?
Ready?
Great, move out.
Copy that. Start by moving up to rocks south. Then I need to check the surrounding.
And basically everything you do, let us know so that we can copy your actions. And if you're the lead team, then do it on the radio.
Alpha and Bravo, you can move out south.
Yeah, how do you want us? And
Is there any questions at this point?
What formation?
Formation you want? Should we
I want
just
you
follow Alpha?
wedging up, traveling to the rock formation south first.
Traveling.
Did you hear Wedge?
It doesn't matter. Yeah, that's for you to call. Team's in charge of what formation the team uses, but it's what formation the squad was in. The order of march.
Let's hold here. Take sectors.
Copy. Taking the right.
Alpha's holding at the rocks.
Pushing forward.
That's our rock. Get away.
Right, fuck it,
Our
I'll
rock.
take the side.
Yeah, team 2 maybe on the left. Yeah.
You reserved it. No, we reserved it.
Parker, we got a big rock here.
Alpha, you're going to be an Overwatch for now. I want Bravo to move up to rocks southeast and set up Overwatch there.
Sorry.
Bravo copies.
Let's go. There you go. And
Yeah, Overwatch.
Watch.
Towards
the
I'm
rocks.
trying to find some good locations here.
You run a bit faster, guns up.
Yeah,
I'll-
Team
I'll-
1 remain on this side and Team 2 on
Copy.
that side.
Moving up to rocks.
Copy. Just to point out, there are
The rocks
there
on
are some rocks to your left,
side. I want you to move to.
Yeah.
Uh,
Smaller ones.
which means that we can overview them a little bit.
From there, Bravo, you are going to Overwatch Alpha, moving up to the
Two
big
had
rock.
already taken. Oh yeah, that rock.
That's cool.
Yeah.
South of you.
So we got more 360 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Parker.
Yeah. Got a couple
You
more
good?
rocks
Good.
here that we can
Yeah, I'm just trying to find you.
You fucker.
Blue, stick with your teammate, mate. Mate.
Oh, sorry, fuck it off.
Hey,
It's
mate.
fucked off over there, sorry.
Mate.
Bravo at position.
Actual, should Alpha move now? Or are we still in Overwatch?
Hey, Juna.
Yeah.
Want to ask to speak.
Alpha, you can bound next up to the hill.
You might be talking to somebody else and won't
Oh,
hear
yeah.
what you're saying.
So just actual message.
Yeah.
Actual. This is Alpha message.
Alpha's moving to the rocks southeast.
Ready to
Let's
move.
go.
On you, Gina.
Ready to move? On you.
Yeah, guns down.
On you,
Wedge.
Gina.
Lead out and we'll follow.
Hands down.
It's really off-putting when you start.
Yeah, it's very hard.
Welcome to our
Thursday
world.
night.
Especially with Popper Filth.
Yeah. Welcome to my world.
It is. It is.
You know, it gets marginally easier as the years pass.
Should Bravo move to the next rocks?
If you're lucky.
And no, Alpha can bypass and move to the next rock, set of rocks to southwest.
Fair enough.
Southwest.
Hey.
Did you say southwest?
Yeah, you can move southwest and set up
Holding.
Overwatch.
Holding.
Watching southeast.
Copy. Alpha's moving southwest.
I'll get rid of that.
Moving. Southwest.
Oh, no, okay, I'm not.
Guns up.
Copy.
Opens up.
User left
Right.
your channel. User joined your channel.
It's right.
Yeah, let's hold on the rocks when we reach them.
Copy.
Alpha is set.
Copy that. Bravo can move. Bravo, move on the left side of Alpha.
pushing a little west, but I can't see anything.
Shit! Contact station close!
Bravo,
that was a smoke.
take cover, engage targets.
Yeah, stay down.
Yeah, we do.
Blue, can you cover me while I get back?
I'm a bit worried that it might be coming up on our southwest.
I know, yeah.
Team 1.
Yep.
Bravo is bounding across south.
Say again? Yeah, we're good. We're holding the right.
Copy.
Pushing up to your left, mate.
Bravo, you got a guy down.
Yeah, we're okay here. We can move southwest if you want to.
I don't know, it might be command element to your rear.
Contacts down.
Teams, help each other, clear this contacts out.
Not one step back.
Tech, contacts are down here, south, western flank is clear.
Team 1.
Yo.
Yep.
Yeah, you're good. Move to the big rock.
Copy. Pushing up.
South.
Going left.
Right. Copy. I'll
That
go right.
works, Blue.
Hill.
Good.
Copy, man.
Bravo, tier 1 here.
What?
Fucking left you for dead.
Oh, yeah.
Down.
Well, they are taking care of him.
Good.
Keep working this hill, teams. Both Alpha
Pushing
and
up them,
Bravo, keep
Parker.
working the teams.
Yep.
The
Pushing up, actual.
Yeah, pushing.
Exercise complete, exercise complete. Regroup, debrief.
Killed them all.
Yeah. We came, we saw, we kicked some ass.
I didn't realize you went down there. Yeah.
Oh, I got shot in the head, but apart from that.
Just to review that last section, this was, what people expect. It's an offensive task, like go kill something over there. So I did this to get started on our third point here, intent and idealism. Right, so most of this training I've been saying, right, you can simplify, you can make everything a lot simpler and let your team leaders do their job. This third point is all about enabling your team leaders to do their job. So you need to explain what it is you're doing, not only need to give them a structure, a formation, a maneuver, something like that, but they also need to know why they're doing it, so that when anything happens, they can make their own decisions that are going to be based on a lot better info that you as a squad leader are going to have. So again, not expecting this to work, and I know I've been very critical of most of what we've done today, but I just want to say that this has been very fucking good, right? With a lot of people who have very little experience with doing this, displaying a good mindset with a lot of things, cooperation, communication, objectives, and generally not allowing the enemy to dictate what we're doing, besides one occasion maybe. So I'm very happy with how this went. Maybe you noticed that I increased the difficulty from last time we did this, purely in terms of terrain, situation. The rest is still the same.
This is, for me personally, one of the most rewarding types of session when you get new NCOs being put into these situations, because it just feels so good, because you're passing it on, and that one day they'll be squad leading and team leading, so it's a really important step.
I'm just going to pass it on. Techmaster, you want to say how this, went for you?
This last thing went a lot easier. I didn't have to think too much and manage the teams. I tried to let go and let team leaders do their thing. I reminded when Alpha took contact and Bravo stopped in the middle, I reminded them to take cover, then engage, and they moved.
Yeah.
And then I try to get the teams to work together. Not
Right, Neko,
me
put down what
telling
you're doing and
everything,
join in.
so
Boring bits over now.
reminded you to work together and work the hilltop. If we had some more time, we might have. There might have been more communication between Alpha and Bravo, but
You didn't really need time because you annihilated about the same of your numbers in the space of 30 seconds. So I'd call that a massive success, this engagement. Regardless of the details, we've talked a lot about, you know, squad leadership. And again, I want to say for a first attempt, this was a fantastic attempt in a lot of ways. But what we haven't heard a lot about is the teams. So I want to get some of the people in the teams just to give their team leaders a few comments before we wrap this up.
I'll be leaving my feedback, obviously. Go through the video with Juna if he wishes.
Yeah, I just mentioned to Juna about communication. It's all about getting the right information across quickly as possible, but also being clear and handling the communication properly. So Juna kind of like just talked to the squad leader, but he needs to consider that the squad leader was already talking to Filth and wouldn't be able to take his comms. So just manage your communication. Ask for a comms route to squad leader, and then wait for his reply. Then talk.
Yeah, to be fair though, I should have left him alone. And you know, in the heat of combat, team leaders need to be able to talk to their squad leader right away without a lot of form. Well, what you mention is true, and I think it's extremely difficult to teach. So don't
Sorry,
beat
you didn't say
yourself
anything
up
bad.
if this isn't you know, going as it should right now. You're gonna have to do this for years to get anywhere.
Comms is our biggest problem every week, I think. So it's not something we can get right every time.
Anyone else?
Just to brag a little bit, I got Yuna and Phil comms at the same time and could answer Yuna as soon as Phil had finished his speak to me.
Cool, third ear.
Yes. Were you bragging about 2 radios there?
Yeah, that was a hell of a flex.
Jesus, I used to do 4.
Let's say we'll test that when we've got air, vehicles, infantry. We'll see how you get on there.
Alright guys, mission time.
Sweet.
Why is the sun blue?
Oh, bless
Arma.
you.
What the fuck? That's the
we're
moon.
not on Earth.
Because
Nothing
Blue is
for
here.
prof. Where's the moon? It's the sun. No, it does.
User left your channel.
What's the sky?